All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honors to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Harakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayat Wadah, the house of David. All right, so we're just going to go right into this definition of truth. Right? And it says faith, faithfulness, fidelity to country, kin, friends, loyalty, disposition to be faithful. All right. It says quality of being true, pledge, covenant. Okay. All right. So let's jump down there. Let's go back up here. It says the sense of something that is true, a true statement or proposition. Right. The meaning, accuracy, correctness, conformity of thought with fact. Okay? Alright, so that's all we need to get on that. Alright? That's all we need to get on that. Alright, but let's go here. So this is John 4 and verse number 23. It says, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. It says, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. Verse 24, Yahawah is the spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Now, let's go to a few precepts off of here, right? Cross references, right? So this is 2 Corinthians 3 and 17. It says, now the Lord is that spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. That's right, because where the spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. You see? Okay? 1 Timothy 1 and 17, it says, now unto the King, right, eternal, immortal, invisible, the only wise power, Yahawah, be honor and glory forever and ever. Amen or Tawab. Okay? All right? So it's 1 Samuel 16 and 7. It says, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as a man seeth, for the Lord looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. You see? So the Lord looketh on the heart, and he knows. You see, he look on the mind, and he knows. All right, you worship in the spirit and truth, man. You see, it's not the outward statue of a person, but it's the inward thoughts that the Most High looked at, man. All right? Their inward thought. You see? And a lot of guys don't get that. All right? Okay, so let's jump down to here. All right? Let's do Psalm 50, 13, 15, and 23. It says, will I eat the flesh of bulls, or drink the blood of goats? Offer unto Yahawah thanksgiving, and pay thy vow unto the Most High, and call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me. Right, and that's what you do when you offering praises, praying, and doing those things, doing the right thing in the sight of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai. See? It says, in him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? Psalm 51 and 17, it says, the sacrifices of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai, thou wilt not despise. You see, thou wilt not despise, man. Okay? Psalm 66 and 18, it says, I regard iniquity in my heart. The Lord will not hear me. Okay? Isaiah 57 and 15, it says, for thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabiteth eternity, whose name is holy, that's Yahawah, right? I dwell in a high and holy place with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble, and to revive the heart of the contrite ones. See, so you got to be lowly. You got to come humble. You see? You got to humble yourself in the sight of the Most High. Humble yourself, man. See? And a lot of guys got to, you know what I mean? A lot, you know? You just got to humble yourself, man. You can't come in a proud spirit. We're going to say that, all right? Can't come in that old proud spirit. Well, I know more than this, you know? Nah, man. You got to be You got to be lowly, man. See? You can't be lifting yourself up in pride, man. Okay? You see? Matthew 15 and 8 and 9, it says, the people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. You see? And that's what a lot of guys out here doing, teaching the doctrines, the commandments of men. You see? But not teaching in the name of Yahawah Shem Yahshai, not sticking to the doctrine. You see? Coming out of their own lie. Nah, stick to the doctrine, man. You see? But the doctrine is pure. All right? It's pure. Okay? 2 Corinthians 1 and 12, it says, for our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience, that in the simplicity and godly sincerity, not with fleshly wisdom, but with the grace of Yahawah, Bashem Yahushai, we've had our conversation in the world, and more abundantly to youward. Okay? So let's go get this here. Let me get this here. What I wanted to get. It should be in the book of Psalms, I want to say. Yep, there it is. Psalm 12 and 6. It says, the words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of the earth, purified 7 times. You see, so the word of Yahawah Shem Yahshai is pure. All right? And we worship him in spirit and in truth. Okay? Now let me get my last scripture, right? This is Sirach 4 and 28. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. All right? So with that, we're going to give all praises and glory and honors to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Marakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace and blessings and citations to the hopeful elect, the Bayat Dawadah, the house of David. Kwam Yasha Allah, Abba Babal, Shalom.